Rishabh Pant, we're coming for the trophy!
Well, that didn't go as planned. Look, in all honesty, when Lucknow bought Pant for a whooping, record-shattering bid of 27 crores, it did seem like a huge thing. That something big, a new legacy would be forged. That finally Lucknow would be a team to reckon with, be the next big thing for the next decade and find their way to glory, even bring their region's cricket culture, the respected yearn for long, erase the minds and bring peace to the large Indian populace who found Mr. Goenka's face so punchable that somehow, with his swashbuckling shots and one-handed swings, he would swing our attention away from that god-awful jersey, and that with his witty humour and cute charisma, he'd actually make LSG's horrendous, demented marketing seem bearable. And most importantly, when Rishabh would march his troop out to the field, everyone would collectively hold their breath for the greatness that was to come every single time. Okay, who am I kidding? I don't think anyone wanted this transfer to happen in the first place, because he did have it all there at Delhi, his team before, didn't he? A team led by the young, exciting talent, everyone touted to be the next big thing in cricket, his own legacy being created. And around him was a team of Delhi that for once was actually playing well consistently. He had the coach's support, the best of coaches in fact, the fans' adulation, a life-threatening comeback story, the classic boyhood to experience leader arc. But no, he just had to throw it all away.
It was perfect, but no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego.
The question is, why would someone do that? Because for something so good and so promising to be left, something has to go wrong. And that's what we'll find out in this video, the actual story that unfolded behind Rishabh Pant leaving Delhi Capitals. It all starts from 2018, a long time back somehow. Gautam Gambhir returns to Delhi Daredevils, his first and home IPL team after leaving KKR, a team he led to 2 cups and the playoffs just a year back. This Delhi team had the likes of Trent Bolt, Rabada, Chris Morris, Mohammad Shami, Jason Roy, Gambhir himself, and 3 youngsters who were being groomed as future talents since a couple of years before. These players were Prithvi Shaw, Shreyas Iyer, and Rishabh Pant. So on paper, this team was definitely one to reckon with. But as fate would have it, Delhi would go on to lose 5 of their first 7 games, sinking right to the bottom of the table. Their captain Gambhir's form wasn't one to help his case either. So Gambhir would go on to drop himself from the team and relinquish his captaincy. So who does Coach Ponting look towards now? The 23 years young batter, Shreyas Iyer. An inexperienced captain still, Iyer couldn't do enough to save Delhi's campaign that year. But come 2019, Delhi Daredevils, now Delhi Capitals, looked at better fortunes. They qualified for the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, and Shreyas would go on to make it one better next year in 2020 when they went toe-to-toe against Mumbai Indians at the final. They couldn't win the trophy, but in 2 years, Shreyas as the captain and Ponting as a coach had created a bond to lead their side into some really consistent, well-performing campaigns. But then came the plot twist. One of the architects behind the success of Delhi Capitals was their X-Factor player, Rishabh Pant. And come the 2021 season, Shreyas would find himself out of the first half with an injury. Delhi was once again looking at a young captain. This time, their own X-Factor player, Rishabh Pant. Under Pant, Delhi Capitals would continue the run of good cricket, being on top after the first 7 games. In the second half though, Shreyas Iyer, their original captain, was back. So, what do we do now? Give the team back to who the original leader was, or let things continue as they are under this new captain? Well, Delhi decided to continue with Pant. Cause if it ain't broke, why change it, right? Now that season, Delhi once again qualified till the playoffs, but couldn't improve enough to reach the finals, let alone win it this time. Next season, Delhi's management decided to retain Pant as a captain. Ponting even went as far as to say Pant as a captain for DC is going to create a legacy like Rohit Sharma did for MI. Suddenly, nobody seemed to care about what Shreyas Iyer was as a leader, as a player, or even as a prospect for Delhi. Now, obviously hurt from this decision, Shreyas decided to leave Delhi and he joined Kolkata as a captain for the next cycle. In the 2 seasons that he led them, KKR finished 7th once and became champions in the other. Meanwhile, Pant at Delhi couldn't quite deliver as they would have imagined him to. In 2022, Delhi failed to qualify for the playoffs. In 2023, Pant had to miss out of IPL, having still not recovered from that horrific car accident. And when he finally did return in 24, Delhi once again failed to qualify for the playoffs. All in all, Rishabh Pant as a captain wasn't quite delivering. Look, there was absolutely no doubt in him as a player, of course, the match-winning repute he brought, or even just the massive potential of a long-term project he had within him. But as the captain, it just wasn't clicking. So we come to the auction discussions for the next season, 2025, which was also going to be the start of another new cycle. The Delhi management clearly needed to take a step back and reflect at what all had gone wrong. So, as is customary, you want to discuss this with your captain. How you, as the owners, have assessed these past few seasons, what the expectations were and what was delivered. Pat Jindal, the co-owner of DC, revealed that he wanted to be honest with Rishabh, and above all, he still saw Rishabh as his captain. But Pant apparently did not receive this criticism very well. Further, according to Pat Jindal, his decision to leave Delhi was perhaps emotionally driven, meaning Pant chose to take the exit door. But let's be frank for a second, someone who's grown from a rookie youngster to a leader in this team, who's had so much success and memories as a player at that team, he can't just be walking out because of some criticism from his bosses, surely. So what could it be? The fact is, behind all the successes and failures of Delhi in those past 6 years, there was another man pulling the strings. That man was none other than the head coach himself, Ricky Ponting. Over the years, Pant and Ponting had developed a great bond. Ponting saw great potential in Pant, was thoroughly impressed by the kind of player he was, and saw him as a project of his own, a leader that he wanted to build and groom. But as a coach, was Ponting bringing the results for Delhi Capitals? Ricky Ponting took up the helm in 2018 for Delhi, and while Delhi might have shown some promise in this phase, they weren't winning. As owners, after one point you start looking at the results and you go, hey, this isn't working out. So they let go of Ricky Ponting. Now, I'll tell you another interesting thing. Since 2019, Delhi had two owners, Pat Jindal's JSW and Kiran Gandhi's GMR. After the 2024 campaign, they decided this arrangement of working together as part owners isn't working for us. So let's create a different bizarre arrangement instead, where we'll operate the team turn by turn. So for 2 years, starting 2025, GMR will head the men's team of Delhi Capitals entirely. Meanwhile, the second owners, JSW, can operate their WPL team and all the other franchises under them in other T20 leagues, such as the Pretoria Capitals. Add to that, Saurav Ganguly, who had been the team mentor, was a direct ambassador of JSW, so now he wasn't allowed to continue having direct involvement with the men's team. So his role was changed to Director of Operations, which is a rather superficial role you give to someone senior to pretend like they are still a part, except they aren't really a part. GMR brought in a complete overhaul in their coaching group, with people like Hemang Badani, Venugopal Rao and Munaf Patel as replacements to people like Ricky Ponting, Saurav Ganguly and Praveen Amre. So, Rishabh Pant, in all his sane mind, saw this. He realized with such an arrangement at their ownership level, there is no guarantee of consistency in decision making. There isn't a guarantee of how much meddling or free wheel will they give the coach and captain to operate what is their team. And add to that, his biggest supporters in Ponting, Ganguly and Amre, who stuck with him, defended him, they weren't going to be there anymore. It was an entirely different method of ownership and an entirely different coaching staff that he would have to submit to. Would he still be the kind of captain he wanted to be? And the answer is probably not. Pat Jindal said that Rishabh's dream and desire is to captain India, and that starts with captaining an IPL team successfully. So we figure that if, as a captain, it isn't probably going to be your way, you might as well just leave and find your value elsewhere, right? So will he be the successful captain he wanted to be at LSG? I guess only time will tell. For now, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the story I brought, stick along, subscribe to us on YouTube and check out our Instagram for shorter cricket stories. Thanks a lot for watching.